Not even water. You didn't even pass around water.
There's a good chance some of you saw this video going around the last few weeks. Well, at least 2.3 million of you have. So this is my mom, and this is me. There's a lot of context missing, so I'm here to fill you in on how we got ourselves into this situation and what has happened since this was posted. This video was recorded at 12:30 a.m. in the Newark Liberty International Airport on July 4th, which happened to be my mom's birthday, when our flight from Rome was canceled after being trapped in an airplane without taking off for 7 hours without food or water. Our flights were not rebooked, despite United claiming they would be, so we had to rebook with Delta at JFK and ended up losing a day from our trip. United also canceled our flight home the morning of our return, so we ended up having to rebook with a much more reliable airline, Egypt Air. These extra expenses ended up costing my family over $4,000, and the only thing United would do at the time is give us a $400 voucher to go on another flight with United in the future, something that I will never be doing again. Like you heard in the video, the air conditioners were malfunctioning, the temperatures were easily in the high 80s, people were stripping down into their underwear, kids were crying, and one girl ended up having a panic attack, throwing up, and nearly fainting in the back of the plane. Shortly after we got back from our trip, this TikTok was posted and went viral.
Treated like animals.
Thankfully showing lots of support from my mom considering the stress she was under in that moment.
An unbearable heat, no food or water available. That's how one Connecticut woman is describing a nightmare.
Articles are being written, and news stations are reaching out. One of the news segments hits the top of r/news and gets even more traction. Finally, United releases a pathetic statement saying, on July 3rd, United returned to the gate to address a temperature issue. First of all, this is false. The plane did not return to the gate when they were addressing the issue. It stayed on the tarmac while we got updated every 45 minutes or so. We only got back to the gate after being on the tarmac for 4 hours. Once there, we offered customers the opportunity to deplane and later provided snacks. This is partially false and also a straight up lie. We were back at the gate for 20 minutes where we were encouraged to stay on the plane because we would be leaving soon. Only 3 people got off the plane. We got back on the tarmac and stayed there for an additional hour before they canceled the flight, and it took 2 additional hours to get back to the gate again. So all but 3 people got on the plane at 5:30 p.m. and did not get off the plane until 12:30 a.m. That is 7 hours. And not once during those 7 hours was any food or water offered to us by the flight attendants. The only reason people got any water on the flight was because I got up out of my seat, went to the back of the plane, stole all the water bottles, and started passing them around my goddamn self while the flight attendant sat in the back of the plane on her phone. We offered compensation in the hopes of having an opportunity to welcome them back. Again, a $400 voucher does not cover the $4,000 we lost at all. As of now, this is where the situation currently stands. United has refused to compensate us for any additional expenses we took on as a result of this cancellation. This trip was something my parents had been planning and saving up for over the course of a year. So to say the incompetence and negligence from United and Newark staff was disappointing was a disgusting understatement considering they raked in almost $45 billion in profit last year. Don't worry though, this didn't ruin our trip, we still had a great time. But downplaying this situation would result in another multi-billion-dollar corporation walking away without facing any consequences for creating a miserably traumatic experience for hundreds of people simply because they can in this late-stage capitalist dystopia we call a country. The ball is in your court, Scott Kirby.